the enemy military base. It's a big point out. I didn't look too much because obviously I'm playing the thing.
That's weird. Alright, I'll look at that before DayZ tonight if I get a second. Otherwise, yeah, whatever.
But that's literally we noticed. Everything else was perfectly fine beyond that point.
Yeah.
But now his server's set up to take it.
Yeah, but I thought his server was like a backup server for that day only, so I'm confused about that. But at the same time, you know, not my circus, not my monkeys. I sent the file in on Tuesday, and it was clear someone messed with it when I loaded it and saw that all the garrisons were broken. I'm like, this took me like 30 minutes. I'm not redoing it.
Yeah, I think, God, we got to like V6 with the server with your files.
Yeah.
Will take up. Like I said, I wasn't involved in any of the changing of the files or anything like that.
All I ask people is if they mess with my files, just to let me know so I can say, hey, like, make sure you do this, and if you don't, here's a line of code I need you to put on all the AI so, you know, they don't break their pathing. But I prefer people just to tell me what they want to edit. But yeah, whatever. C'est la vie. That's why there was no POG last night, but we'll catch it up next weekend. That's a shame. But that's fine. Dream, I think what kind of irked me about it was we had like 3 weeks where I was kind of touch and go because of IRL stuff. And then I finally have a week where I can, you know, get the mission file in early, and then everything collapses.
I think, look,
it's like, what the fuck?
That came down to its patch is very. I mean, it's him. It's him. He's very. He doesn't like taking up attention if he feels like he doesn't need to. So I imagine he didn't want to ask you to make all these changes to slots.
Yeah, and I keep telling him though, hey, just let me know so I can do it, because I know you're busy with your own stuff, and it literally will take me 5 minutes. But you have to let me know, and this is why I try to foster good relationships with all of the communities that ask me to work with them, both paid and on my free time, because I can do stuff a lot quicker. But yeah, oh well, like, say let me hit that point. What's done is done. We'll just pick it up next week. Let me throw a prediction up for this round.
Me and Big, after the Liru stream went down, we bashed our heads together, did a bunch of server side stuff, did a bunch of testing, got it working, and then we both sort of like had that big sigh at the end of fixing things and was like, well,
yeah,
it was an interesting one. But POG is fixed, and you can thank me and Big.
And I appreciate it.
On Big server.
Yep, I appreciate it. It's just, it irks me a little bit that, you know, I send in a mission file early, and then, you know, everything still goes to shit compared to I had 3 weeks prior where I would send it the day of, even hours before, and it would be fine. But, you know, it's like, oh, tech issue caused us to go to a backup server. That's fair. For those of you that are just jumping in, first off, hi, FNF. We'll be covering, you know, rounds 1 and 2 at least. But I'm just talking about, we didn't have POG last night. You saw me do a quick little, like, touch and go stream twice for a few minutes. The first one was noticing the garrisons broke, which I get a little salty about, because that means someone opened my file and did stuff without the mod 3 didn't enhance loaded, because that's what breaks all the garrisons. So I've had some really bad experiences in a lot of communities over the years where they just open my shit to either rip it apart or do something silly with it. So that's why I got like really annoyed after that first bit, noticing it, and I killed the stream because I just wanted to fix it and get it up. And then the second one was when, you know, we came in, I started streaming, all the garrisons were good, and then we started, and then I looked around and everyone was like, hey, the arsenal's broken. I'm like, what? No.
So that one's interesting. We have no idea how that happened. We couldn't replicate that issue whatsoever.
My guess is someone was either... Is 3 didn't enhanced in the mod set by default? It can't be, because otherwise the garrisons wouldn't have broke. So my guess is people had that mod still loaded. And what 3 does with all of its compilers and whatnot is it will break things unless everyone has it or nobody has it, because it's not meant to run on servers. It's meant to run as a client-side mod for when you're making missions, which is why I don't put it in my mod sets, because it breaks things. So yeah. I have a feeling like something happened with that, with the Ace updates, who knows. But yeah, after I noticed that, I I kind of just broke and I started shooting everyone for
I came
fun.
up, punched you in the face, and then you
That was pretty funny, though.
blasted me down.
Yep.
with a dog.
Eventually, I just get mugged the shit by the players. Because at that point, at least I'm at least gonna make a clip out of that night, and then roll it to next week, and then be salty about it. But some of the reason for that is because when I worked with the biggest 40k unit back in the day, which was 700 Cadian, they're now TOC. I still work with them now on occasion, but their old mission dev that would lead everything would keep opening up my files and fucking with things, and then blame me for it. And that pisses me the fuck off, so it's just I'm very touchy about that because I've been through so much shit in regards to that. And even though I know Pog isn't gonna do something like that to me, it's just when I see someone touch my stuff, it's like America when you touch their boats. They get very touchy about it,
Or RT. Yeah, just if anyone is, the basic understanding is there was just an all-bat change, and that all-bat change, funnily enough, as is with Arma, broke.
Yeah, but again, we did an Orbat change when MacMarine asked me for one, and even though that pissed a bunch of people off, that was the best when Pog, that was the best campaign in the series where Pog did stuff. But he asked me, I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't realize Mac didn't have the authority to do that back in the day, but in my opinion, the ends kind of justified the means there for dev. But
send in goat team
when
6.
you don't tell me, and then you just open the file on your own,
don't mess with your stuff and ask everything.
I'm like,
that way I can't be blamed when your stuff breaks.
Exactly, Malin. Exactly. Because especially when we're trying to figure out what might have broken, I won't know.
Oh, was that Marlon?
Yeah, Malin basically shot me a resub about that.
My absolute last line of defense was messaging him.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into our DMs, every message now and then is, Marlon, how do I fix this completely obscure issue?
God, it reminds me of a time in FNF though when I dabbled in making a mission. I sent it in, and I forget who told me, but they're like, hey, we can't run this unless you make these changes, and I'm like, what? It was a cat and mouse game mode where there was a VIP and they would run around off of vehicles, and then the attackers would chase them via air. And then they rejected it, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then 3 months later, Nemesis made an exact copy of that file. Not one-to-one, but the whole premises, the same map, same AO, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
And on this, Molly is currently in panic because she's gone Daphne level of ginger. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but apparently according to her, it's
Daphne level ginger. That's funny.
It's the end of the world.
Yeah. Well, and again, I don't harbor anything against FNF for that. That was just someone who no longer works as an admin, kind of power tripping and had a grudge against me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just I just kind of hate dealing with big communities where I'm either gonna be dealing with the head honcho or some side guy, and 4 out of 5 times the side guy screws me over. That doesn't happen all the time, though. I've had some really great experiences with, I think the last good one was Karma Cut, when I had to deal with Mooskle. Great guy. Great guy there. When I worked with Pro Gamer on some Arma stuff, I dealt with him directly, but I also dealt with some other people. Great community there, but then there's been other times where I just get absolutely screwed over, and it's like, all right. That's also why I rarely do anything for free anymore, because I've just dealt with so much dumb shit. But anyway, we've ranted on enough. We still have 8 minutes before this round begins. That's a good enough intro. For those of you just jumping in, we were just ranting about Pog last night and why it didn't run and some other fun stories. But anyway, Friday Night Fights, this will be round 1. We've got 8 minutes to cover it. Dream, you want to go ahead and cover the tasks?
Okay, tasks.
All right, no, brief.
The brief,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of all tasks.
Yeah, just, all right, do the entire thing. Very good.
Yeah, okay, tasks. The defense sector and terminal Blue 4 will be defending, Info will be attacking. As for our briefing, we have mission details, view distance of 1,000 meters, 45.75, 45 color green. And then obviously normal time limit. Background is the Pro Yugoslavia The Pro Yugoslavia Restoration Balkan League is attacking Croatia again. Sigh. We have a new button, the OCAP AAR. They keep adding things.
Yes, this is just for OCAP though.
Yes.
In regards to keeping it for action reports. After action reports, then you put it on the site, and then you can track everybody. Otherwise, Blue 4's loadouts are doing Croatian forces. So they got those VH 2002s. Honestly, I think the worst 5.56 rifle in all of NATO. It's just, it does its job, don't get me wrong, but it just, yeah, you know?
Look at it, it's so ugly.
Malin's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I gotta fix that as well. That's so gay.
Malin, you've been promising you'll fix this log thing for so long. Where's my fix?
I mean, Blue 4 and Green 4 still both state they're defending the sector and terminal, so... You know, that's been there for at least a year. I'm not saying
Marlon,
anything.
why have you still not answered my question in the DMs?
Anyway, Blue 4. So we got those VH 2002s. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Otherwise, Mark 11 marksman rifles, mini-me's for the light machine gunner, AT4s for the light anti-tank, GPMGs for... It's either a GPMG or an FN mag, but either way, it's a 100-round 7.62 by... 51 medium machine gun, yeah. Racking my brain on that one. Green 4, meanwhile, Balkan League forces, so they've got AKMs from the looks of it. GP25s for the Grenadier system, SVDs for the marksman rifle, AT4s for light anti-tank, PKPs for their medium machine guns, and RPKs for their light machine guns. Otherwise, going over the roster here, Kiri's going to be commanded for Blue 4, Colin leading Alpha with a Peasant, Kirlios, Donatus, Andrew, Vince, and McBain. Bravo being led by Kremet with Lolo, Cheeseburger, Depso, Fetty, Von, Cat, Horno, Kerrigan, Kyle, Elzarin, and Settler. Delta has Gian leading with Emil, Parker, Iandon. Yeah, and Spartan, and then Fawn's leading Echo with Bursty, Crazy, Ember, Neves, and Snodge Pair. Then we got Sigond, Alone, and Charlie will probably merge with somebody else. Otherwise, Green 4 being commanded by Grab with Bates as a 2IC, Vagrant as a 3IC. Jaeger going to be the group's medic there. Bravo being led by Ash with Omri, Tomer, Waldo, Banks, Chris, Tackleberry, Zixby, and Wayne. Norris leading Charlie with Gates, France, Marstick, Riley, Harrington, Buckner, and Iqbal. Delta being led by Nas with Flying Finn, Fancy, and Yabi. Echo has Wiki Quartz leading Pogrom and Krishovsky, and then Foxtrot being led by Nemesis, Yanni Finn, Cullis, Whiplash, Wise, Iander, Cats, and Dobbs. So, usually the first round of FNF is almost entirely an infantry-only fight. I think one side does have an M2 truck somewhere. That is going to be the attackers here. Nice little force multiplier there, but otherwise, small AO, infantry only. Tends to be a nice quick fight. At least that's how I like to see it. Sometimes they drag on a bit, but yeah, Dream knows. Middle sector is going to be this area here, which encompasses the warehouses. So not really a lot to hide, but can be fortified with some of the fortified points the defenders have. But it looks like the defenders are instead going to focus on where the terminal is, which is the end of the pier here, where you see some sandbags dug in this area. I mean, naturally, this is a better AO to defend because you have a lot of natural choke points around this location. I do like the use of a boat here with some bridges onto it from either side. That can add a nice little layer of defense because then you can access the back of it and blink at people. Plus, you have the other side here and then even some rocks, but at that point, some of the other boats and other buildings get in the way. But there's a lot of ways for the attackers to still get on the flanks and harass. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to come down the middle, and that is where Blue 4 is probably going to set up the majority of their traps. So we'll see how things go. The terminal building, these big refinery buildings usually not destructible because it doesn't have a destroyed texture because this is a vanilla asset. So yeah, it's like the office building. You just can't blow it up, you know?
Yeah, someone said in my chat, expect to see a lot of CQC in the forest. Blue 4 will be walking into a death trap if they even try making their way to that forest.
Blue 4 doesn't really have the manpower to go beyond this shipping area here. We could potentially see maybe one squad go out into the forest, but I think anything more than that, and Blue 4 is just pushing way too many of its forces out. And this is a very unique defensive AO where one of the objectives is on a natural choke point. So Blue 4 will be really foolish not to exploit that. Because, I mean, distance-wise, do you see any ladders around the pier? I see a few where they could potentially sneak in, like, through the boat areas and whatnot, but it's very easy to lock that down, so...
I don't believe they'll be used. I think that'll just be a death trap. You only
have the western route and the
Blue 4 if they're going to send troops out is to obviously have someone to the northwest, just as, like, a blocking force that then you can maneuver backwards, and then someone on the north, just covering this tree line, because then you can maneuver back and funnel into the choke point and lead them in. Yeah. I think if Green 4 are going to go the really slow route, they'll go to the south and then come around the sides there, use the containers, and then use the boat. but I genuinely think whoever made this mission has given Blue 4 the biggest leg up ever. This is kind of an insane AO to me, and I mean, hell, look, if the attackers win, then props to them, but Blue 4 have a golden opportunity in their hands here. And
I agree, but it's also going to take a lot of proper planning at the squad level. Command can tell the squads where to go, but I mean, I already see like 3 people going up the chimney tower. I mean, this is a death trap.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is a massive death trap.
Don't do it, cheeseburger.
What the fuck?
What?
Look in the chimney.
What? Have you never seen this before?
No.
This has been the galaxy.
This has always been here.
This has been here for years, Liru. Have you never like gone in here?
No.
I may just be a special flavor of
Well, that's the fun thing about Easter eggs. You never know when they're gonna pop up. I never knew this existed.
I never knew this ages, but what I like to do is when I'm waiting is I like to like pan my camera to follow it so it looks like a still image, because if you look at it, it's slowly turning.
Yes. That's cool. So apparently there's stuff in random chimney sweeps. Good to know.
Have you never seen the Santa?
No.
There's a... Oh my god, how do you not know this? In one of them, there is a Santa... I think it's Santa. Like, there is a PNG image of Santa Claus.
Great. Now I have to make a note for myself. Okay, when I'm Zeusing, I have to check chimneys.
This one.
That's funny.
But there's one somewhere. Anyway, talking about
you learn something in this game every day.
Has only made so there's only 2 points of entry onto the main pier with the objective. That's the boat and obviously the way in. Mm-hmm. He's made. I don't know who it was. They've made nothing on the northern side to get across. I mean, you can use the boats as cover and swim, but you're just going to get yourself killed at that point if they have anyone overwatching. You can set up a firing line on this point, but again, they don't have to come to this side. And I just think, like, having nothing is going to get them. But
so, here's my 22 or 2 cents. I don't know why I said 22. Anyway, I don't think Blue 4 has a lot of positions they could fortify to really hold this from, like, outside factors. Like, how do I word this one? There's not really... If this terminal was in, like, a building, they had some inner defenses for it, I could see that. But instead, Blue 4 has to kind of build those up with sandbags and whatnot. But even then, they're still going to be exposed from the north or the south.
Look what Kerry's doing. Northern side of the pier.
Yeah, he's climbing on the boat, right?
Yeah, he's trying to get on the boat.
Trying to see if he can find an angle to stand on that, which, I mean, you could build some fortifications on in Fortnite that, but...
You're right, but the issue is, with that immediate fold-up, is that Bravo have taken the boat. And
Pikes are a thing combat engineers can pick. Oh, boy.
Yeah, pikes are now an official thing. They are deadly.
Yes, they are.
You figured out you can do it with a helicopter. I think I said this. I can't remember if I did, but helicopters can now laser des them.
Yeah, cool. No, that is needed to give helicopters nothing to do. But I feel like if Green 4 can execute this properly, they can have a few overwatching elements on the north and south sides and really box in Blue 4. But that's going to require a sophisticated amount of coordination. The round's already begun, and we see that, you know, there is a little bit on the north and south, and the main force is going to sweep through the west. But we'll just have to see how the fighting evolves. I think with perfect communication, this is actually a very deceptively easy AO for the attackers to win, but it requires that communication.
Look to the southeast, what Blue 4 are doing. Why?
Yeah, where there's 4 of them like running out.
Maybe they're trying to set up maybe they think there's a spawn point up there. I'm not entirely sure. This is stupid. You've separated. I mean, it's only a 4-man troop, but four dudes.
4 dudes is 4 dudes.
Scarily effective if they know what they're doing.
I think maybe the idea is they'll go around the map border and then try to like flank around. I don't think they should have gone that way. I think they should have just charged straight southwest to the hilltop.
Yeah, Blue are not setting up an Overwatch. Blue are going for a flank maneuver here because everyone in FNF believes flanks are the greatest thing in the world, even though we've seen them fail countless times. Remind me, boat windows that Cheeseburger and Elsa are in right now.
Those are they take a lot of damage to break, but bullets can't really travel through them when you shoot. You have to break the windows first, otherwise the bullets will go all over the place.
Yeah, with Blue 4 with the foothold in the boat and with a defensive perimeter set up
What's that for,
front,
Mal?
it is going to be extremely, like, I think this kind of comes down to just Green 4 peppering. This is going to take, it's going to be a long round. Green 4 just going to have to pepper shots and take out as many as they can. Like I said, I think they could just end up abandoning the sector. They've already spotted Echo Team, who put themselves directly out. Peasants currently firing. That is, how far is
Yeah,
that?
flanks are usually really good, but 4 people going all the way around, when you pick a very long route like that, it's more likely that this group is going to just
plan, which doesn't
completely whiff the offensive faction.
Delta are coming in on the north side, which is fine and all, but again, this northern side doesn't have an entry point.
I'd say 50-50 they get in any contact at that point.
I would have put the boat on the other side, you know. Like, in the other dock.
I think either dock would have worked for it, honestly.
But because of how the spawns are set up and how it was, because it was a semicircle, I do think on the northern side is obviously the shorter way. So maybe that's why he didn't want to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, the long-range plinking has commenced. That's a good way to put it. Now we're going to see just how many people Green 4 is going to keep on Overwatch positions and see if this assault actually has a chance. Otherwise, we'll see too many people on Overwatch positions, and then something I like to call the Overwatch fallacy, where Green 4 will start sending forces down to the sectors piecemeal, only to get defeated in detail and completely eliminated with low to no losses on Blue 4's side. Like, you would just need whatever your medium machine gun teams and maybe a marksman or two from the rifle squads to stay up on the ridge to harass, and then every other rifle group should be heading down to the objectives. I do appreciate that they're trying to set up a flanking action here from a pincer, that's what I'm looking for, with one group heading north and then something trying to head south, but it looks like it's heading down the middle instead. You got Delta coming all the way around over here, but if Delta's still the medium machine guns and I see them on these guys, I think these guys would have been a bit better on the thing. But I know FNF also changed their roster, so now it looks like I think everyone has a little bit of everything.
I know the only ones I can remember is Mike is now the AT team, Echo is now a shortened. Actually, I don't know if Echo are a full squad. I can't remember, but yeah, you are right. Everyone's a bit of everything. Yep. Machine gunners are still separate. No, machine gunners. I think there are dedicated machine gunner teams, but I think there's one in some squads now.
Yeah, every squad seemed to have a PKP gunner for Green 4.
I just think if Green 4 are able to keep most of their forces up when they get to the sector area, then Blue 4 are in for a bit of trouble because they don't have their units consolidated into one. And they've pushed a 4-man ridiculously out south who seem to be returning now, or moving towards.
That's what I figured now.
I'm looking at Lolo, who's has already taken a morphine and a bandage, so something happened up here.
I mean, looking at just the amount of players and the number advantage on Green 4 and how they're still kind of folding into the AO, it looks like they're going to feed off of each other here. So we already got the guys that were spearheading on Echo. They're now holding position, and we're seeing more people from the ridge starting to come down. So it looks like they're at least doing a large-scale bounding effort, which, in my opinion, is a good sign because it means the majority of the force is going to be moving together. I do see a Green 4 guy that just got knocked, but other than that, there isn't a lot of action at the moment. Waiting to see what Foxtrot does. They're also sticking now on the ridge. Maybe they're waiting for the middle Green 4 force to continue, and then they'll continue along the ridge. We also have Delta on the flank, and then we also have Command with the M2 on the far south. But that Blue 4 4-man group is now moving in from the ridge. I was a little worried they're going to hug the map the entire way, but they might be able to get in a good spot to flank that attack car, so...
Yeah, this is where they're now... So, I'll admit now, pushing south was a good idea. They do get to now cut off this attack vector. Whether or not they'll be able to do it is another thing entirely. But
50 cal is starting to pepper the bridge, so we see a lot of the glass windows getting damaged but not broken yet. It takes a lot of shots to break them, but if you look inside while it's peppering, you'll see the bullets just fly all over the place and completely change their trajectory. So
another volley. Kremit is not in a good place. That can be pierced. There you go. Look.
Pike round.
It's quite small, actually.
And it hits the car in the face, and both of those gunner, the driver and the gunner there, getting away. That could cook off. But that was a great pike round to see.
Pikes are such a good addition to just completely, like, if you use them, because they aren't the easiest to use in the world, but they are, like, incredible, like, if used tactically.
Should probably do an op someday to feature them.
Everyone gets 10 of them.
Well, I've been, you know, wanting to bring back some support style ops where you have like teams of people that have one specialization, like, you know, anti-tank or drone or something.
Yeah,
you can make a pike team with that stuff too.
How did the drone op go?
Crazy I did. But anyway, it went okay. Unfortunately, the map is now very crash prone. So I think I crashed like 6 times in that 2-hour op, but thankfully I can quickly get back in. Grab taking out Horno because they noticed Blue 4 coming. Grab taking some return fire, gets pinned on the tree here.
He's gonna need baits and go to smoke to maneuver backwards, just trying to get healed.
Overexposed to Kyle, who started flanking around, and he's dead. The other 2 green 4 gonna start running off.
Well, they haven't really got much there. Their vehicle.
But it's all good, Crazy. We'll just rerun it next Thursday because it's all ready to go now.
So the issue is you've got a 4-man team now trying to take out a 2-man team while the rest of the forces are steamrolling their way through. Deciding to use this southern flank now, which I think might actually be to Greenfall's detriment because now they have to come around the pier. Jesus, look at all these smokes up here.
I think I'm liking what I'm seeing now. We're going to start seeing an L-shaped style attack, even though I think
That's a bit of friendly fire going on.
We have a bit of Green 4 already getting into the sector, but I think some of the Green 4 forces here are jumping ahead of each other here. We got the L shape getting formed right now, but there's already a team of people already pushing in. But, I mean, the players in here, Zixby Banks, they're usually very aggressive, so I'm not surprised they're already sweeping the spot.
Waldo and Snipes are going to pass each other in their smash. Not all.
Gets the knockout on him and the double tap.
Banks saving Waldo there because if Waldo even stepped out for a second, it was over.
But yeah, I definitely want to do another version of the drone op, just on a different map, different premises, smaller AO. That way I can optimize everything because I was a little disappointed at the speed. I was hoping we would start see like, you know, some drones going up immediately, but it was really just reconnaissance drones and then marking. I was hoping that, you know, after like 1 or 2 people would be dedicated to marking, and then someone would immediately start, you know, engaging stuff.
I love using. I mean, I wish I'd fixed it sooner. The op in the drone in the
Oh, it sounds fun, Mal.
Sesame Street op. That would have been so useful if I managed to get it to actually, rotate around the actual area. Because once I finally did, I got annihilated by a BTR.
Just heard a charge go off. Don't know if that got anybody from I can see. Banks is in the next building over. Green 4 command team is counterattacking. They managed to get a kill off of one of the Blue 4 guys, so now it's 2v2 on that side.
Yeah, Horno's been down this entire time. The other 2 haven't even bothered to try and medic him. It's now Sigon.
Now you got Green 4's northern group starting to come in. We see a few knockouts on the Blue 4 northern side as that side is being pushed. So that takes a little bit of Overwatch away as Blue 4 is now starting to pull out of the sector area and into their final zone. And this is where we'll see just how good Blue 4's defenses are when they're getting pushed from a nice L-shaped attack.
Yeah, well, Green 4 just trying to choke them there.
Yeah, and the thing is, Blue 4 is running out of good positions, though. Parker gets clapped by Zixmy. No, Parker claps Zixmy there, my bad. Yeah, in the open versus being in cover, I'm not surprised with that.
Equals for the right there. Use the dirt mounds.
Yeah.
Waldo pops us. No, Waldo pops a charge. It gets a leg. There's no one in there, though, unfortunately. And it doesn't even take up the building.
That wasn't close enough. Iqbal got a kill in the little middle sheet metal shack here, but then he ended and started firing at him. Another satchel goes off. They're taking more sets of the buildings out.
7 deaths for Blue 4 right now.
Yeah.
Blue 4 are 1, 2,
3, I think, only for Green 4. So
yeah,
the attrition is weighing out of Blue 4's favor. There's still room for things to change, but...
Well, Green 4 have done the right here. They've set up in the construction site, and again, it's just laying pressure and the chokehold. Green 4 just tried to go for this first objective and caused Blue 4 to slightly panic. One good thing Green 4 did before it went down with that car was make it so the windows on the boat aren't actually easy to see through.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's entirely impossible.
Yeah, but they were just trying to pepper that position with 50 cal, but that's what attracted the pike launch that took the car out anyway. Yeah, right, Axe Baron. Exactly.
Ooh, cats. Going for a hero run down this northeastern side.
Eve's got knocked out over here.
Norris following him up. The shots come out from the sniper.
I don't know if he was on that or he like fell off.
Oh, Razan. Sorry, I can't remember his name. But it seems they're about to make an info point here. Maybe getting a bit ahead of themselves because they don't have the best support.
I will say, though, what's happened now is that main force kind of slowed down, so the flanking force on the north has now pushed up a bit more. So now they can cover more of the area, so they're putting a squeeze on this position, so any Blue 4 that now attempt to pull back won't. But in turn, that's caused Blue 4 to just hunker down on their position. So eventually the sector is going to get overwhelmed. What I am worried about, though, is if you look on the map on the macro, you see very few Green 4 actually assaulting the sector, and then everything else is just in an outside position. So little bit of Overwatch fallacy here, but let's see if Green 4 can change that strategy. We'll probably see a big push from the north. It's just going to be hopefully on the sector first because they don't want to squeeze in between two Blue 4 areas. That's a losing strategy.
Blue 4 also sent more guys up to help with the command unit there, but command completely past them, and Blue 4 now have less units on that side.
Yep.
But obviously, if they get all their manpower up, that's a pretty significant force moving up behind them.
There goes Malon's connection.
And Marlon is losing connection. The Zeus is gone. Chaos reigns.
So it looks like Blue 4 sent a few additional people up to reinforce. I think that was a medic and somebody else to medic up Horno. Now they're coming down as a 5-man team. They could still harass some Green 4 Overwatch elements in the back, but again, a majority of Green 4 is on the north.
Honestly, if I'm them, I'm not harassing from up here. I'm maneuvering in behind them. Because you'll be so much more effective taking out their back lines if you're like, you know, just cause them panic so they're looking at both sides.
I think a big chunk of Green 4 on the northern assault, though, just went down.
Yeah, and can't see who the other one was. Cats and Wise? Yeah, Cats and Wise went down. Nemesis also went down, trying to maneuver his way further down. Yanni went down in the construction site.
McBain and Needs for Blue 4 are the ones doing a lot of this. They got some really good positions to stop Green 4 from assaulting here, and you see where some of the bodies are starting to stack.
Ooh, that is a grenade into Gian, and Gian is dead. Very nice nade from Banks there. As I think now this area just has Parker in it.
Yeah, Blue 4 on the sector have either pulled back or stayed entrenched, but they've been slowly getting picked off.
And here comes the Blue 4 force from behind. This is terrible for Green 4 because if they lose this wing of their attack,
yeah, that's the group mainly going for the sector, so Blue 4 might be able
to retake that sector.
And if they... Well, Blue 4 will retake the sector with this flanking attack. We just saw GL come in and knock Omri out. If Green 4 are unable to take the sector in time, there's not going to be any room for the Northern Force to do it. And I think that's going to be GG. Green 4 just taking way too much attrition here. The majority of Foxtrot has been taken out, mainly thanks to McBain and Neves here. Both on 2 kills, respectively. I'm trying to check a few other Blue 4 players here to see who else was assisting. Don got a kill. But otherwise, that's been a majority to box him out.
Gets spotted and gets 3 minutes. three-manned. Goes down again, might wake back up, not kill.
Oh, I don't think he's going to get wake back up after that. Cheeseburger spots Tackleberry, tackle in the open, gets knocked to his legs, and then Cheeseburger accidentally GLs too close and knocks himself out. And then he does it again.
And Tackle goes down.
Yep, taken out by Horno.
Woken back up somehow, but it's not going to be in a good way.
Grishowski's turned around. He started noticing some of these blue 4 forces coming around. Omri did wake back up. That's a frag, and he's dead. Well,
technically, I mean, I called that he'd work back up first, but then you mentioned it, and he immediately died, so you're fine.
Yep, totally. Anyway, Vagrant flanking around on the side of the boat here.
Oh, Wick has been spotted here, but why are they trying to GL him? Just shoot the guy. That works.
They just noob tube him?
Yep, they noob tubed
him.
Yep,
I saw that.
Echo is losing guys before they've even got him in. I'm looking around the actual sector. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who can infill the sector. They've got command coming in onto the boat now.
Yeah, I think Vagrant's the only hope here to get up here and wipe a few guys, because I think Blue 4, with this counterattack on the side before Green 4 were able to push in and take the sector itself, that's what's costing the game. Green 4 wanted to hit both AOs at once with their full force. They shouldn't have done that. They should have completely overwhelmed the sector and then staged on hitting the next spot. And with that overextension, that allowed Blue 4 to take this strike team around and then basically hit Green 4 in the rear and prevent them from taking the sector itself. So I think this is GG, because after this, the remaining Blue 4 force is going to counterattack that final Green 4 flank, and it's going to be over. I just saw Lolo get a great sniper kill on one of the Green 4 guys.
Ooh, Cheeseburger takes out another one of the Green 4 guys. Another one of the Green 4 guys goes
Carrion
down.
goes up and takes out another.
This sector attack team has been absolutely annihilated from the side. Improving man, not a tactical man at all. And sending a team south was the greatest idea Command could have had, as Pogrom is caught out between a rock and a hard place.
Vagrant finds a Blue 4 member, takes him out. That aggroes some of the Blue 4 guys on the boat. Waiting to see if Kerrigan will look and spot Pogrom, but I think the conveyor belt here was in the way. And I agree, Green 4 did walk into that fatal funnel right there that McBain and Neebs made, and that's what cost them an entire squad, and that's where the numbers shifted.
Well, that's what we pointed out at the start. That's why we pointed out like it was going to be so difficult for Green 4, because they had so many funnels that they, as soon as they picked one and moved into it, the people there didn't really have to do much except hold left click.
Yep.
And here comes Carrigan, who's going to fight Pogrom. No.
There it is, but Pogrom's getting away. Horno's coming up. There's the machine gun. Grenade goes out. If Horno stays there, nope.
Okay. Vagrant takes out another.
Yeah, Blue 4 are slow. I think that was Kremet coming down. Yeah, so Vagrant takes Kremet out because he came down on his own. Gotta give Vagrant credit, though. He's picked up an enemy gun, and now he's confusing weapon ID.
Yeah.
So he could slowly kill everyone on this boat, and this is a terminal, so all he would need to do then is go off the boat and go over towards the terminal. You do have Cullen and Kiri now back here to provide site security. Lolo overwatching from above, but they're kind of watching the Green 4 on that area, so this could still shift back and forth, but it kind of relies on Vagrant winning this one.
Moved onto the roof now, but it's the only Green 4 left in this area.
Oh, here comes Defso, though. He saw Vagrant, and he gets the headshot on Vagrant. I think that's GG.
Now that Banks is the only one left on the roof and it's about to be taken out, and has Blue 4 have officially retaken the sector position. Boat has been secured. Pier has been secured. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Green 4 left.
I just realized I also misspoke. I completely forgot that the sector was never taken, so even if Vagrant did get the terminal, they still wouldn't have won, so
yeah, that's
oopsie on my end.
What I meant by recapture was just the general area. Because they didn't lose it, but they didn't maneuver too many people in. Because this is what no one ever really thinks about. They go like, oh yeah, we got the sector. But no one ever actually thinks to, let's get into the sector and see if we start capping it.
You have to cap it and then move on. You have to finish things completely, because if you don't, then your opponent can find an angle, usually by sheer luck of maneuvering. And then that flank that we said is probably not going to do anything ended up doing something, because Green 4, instead of just taking the sector and then moving on, overextended, and then that flanking force of what ended up becoming 5 people then became a much bigger threat to a green 4 force that was about, I think, 1 guy over 6. 6 total. So, yeah,
I mean,
they didn't stand a chance because they got ambushed.
What people don't realize in terms of the game is that, yeah, capping a sector wins you, like, gets you close to winning the game, but it also causes the defending team to panic. Especially if you're one of the guys defending the sector and it starts getting captured, you then immediately get more edge and you'll start making mistakes.
Yeah, people start running out to, go and assist. That puts them in kill zones that Green 4 was establishing Overwatch positions on, and they could have gotten a few extra kills with that.
If you sit on the outside of the sector and you don't want to move in because you don't want to get into a CQC fight with someone, you're sacrificing yourself the game because of that sort of pre-designated fear of not wanting to get into a close quarters combat fight. Because even if you do, you should always have a guy on your rear.
Yeah.
Just obviously because then if you die, you have someone up on your 6. But even so, fill 2 people in, you start capping, guys start moving. As Charlie do what we said was going to be a stupid idea, and start swimming. I mean, it's not the stupidest idea.
It's the Hail Mary plan at this point. I think Curie's gonna spot them and take them out, but at least they're trying something.
Yeah, they're trying something. They may even try to get onto the boat, to be fair. Give themselves a platform to shoot or have a quick look, see if they can see anyone. But Kerry is looking in that direction. They do have a ladder on this side, to be fair.
Yeah, there's 2, but I mean, I'm just gonna watch from Curie's perspective. Okay, actually, his gun is creating a blind spot on him. I see Norris in the way, but it looks like he's like tunnel visioning down. Oh, no, he's not. He's not looking down. It's right under Curie's nose.
Kerry, use your eyes.
You know the meme of people hiding under like the fat guy with the binoculars? That's what I feel like this is right now. Holy, yeah, the gun is literally blocking it. He has no idea.
Because he's looking forward, he's not looking around his screen.
He's probably also holding right click to zoom in. Now the stairs are blocking it.
And he's pulled out his, oh no.
Yeah, but I think so he's in his binos. Green Force sees him up there. So that's why they separated. But oh my god, someone make me a meme off of that image and then just label it as Curie and then put Norris as the other guy, because Norris is going to climb up this ladder and shoot him in the face. I'm calling it now. He's watching Blue 4 kind of come up on him.
The issue is here, Riley.
Yep.
Yeah, look at Norris.
Oh, no, Curie notices last second! Grenade goes up. It's right on Curie. And there he goes.
Settler spots him. Kerry flies off the edge.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, did that nade drop down and kill it?
Yeah. I think Curie just Marty-domed a grenade and got him.
Incredible.
And then Riley is climbing around, but now you got Settler watching in that angle.
Look at you. Oh no, it's Eander. Oh, Eander gets slaughtered. As
Alright. Can Riley channel his inner Audrey Hotto and win the match? He won't. I'm just caster cursing him because I want to get into round 2. Come on, Settler.
Blub, 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 blub.
It's right under your nose. And you ran the other direction.
An epic tale of swimming and bullets and more
Where'd he go?
He died.
Did he drown?
He's A-posing towards the bottom of the...
He drowned!
How the fuck do you cast a curse people by drowning now? That's terrifying that you have that power.
He drowned! He fucking drowned!
Can Riley remember how to surface and breathe? Apparently not. So you see, chat, there's a funny little thing with Arma swimming.
Oh my god.
If you are just holding W, there is and not putting your head to the sky, there is a good chance you are actively drowning and you will not know it.
Your screen just slowly gets darker.
Oh, Liru, actually no, this is why there's something
That's wild.
which you may already know,
Mm-hmm.
FNF and OFCRA now share a server.
Really?
Yes, so it's now hosted off one server, both events. So you would have been on this server yesterday.
That explains why the password changed.
Yeah. So the FNF and OFCRA now share a server to save costs, and I don't think their mod set. I know Offcre's mod set's a little bit more beefier. But
Well, they always
too
change their
dissimilar.
mod sets too. So.
Yeah. So-
Malin is fact checking you to say OFCRA hasn't switched yet.
Oh, OFCRA hasn't switched yet. Oh, I
They
don't
plan
know.
in the coming weeks. That's fair.
I
All right,
thought- I
Dream.
thought-
You were caught spreading fake news,
Uh,
misinformation. We are now going to send you to Gulag.
But I fixed the server yesterday. Surely that buys me some.
Yeah, Ron server
Let's go
group.
and
I'm
trick.
sorry, you're going to FNF
fucking
Gulag
damn
now.
it.
Yeah.
That's fine. Marlon tortures me.
I know he does. It's
I wanna
funny to
go back.
watch. Wait, what?
What?
All right, Marilani.
Anyway, second round. Hope everyone's excited.
Let's go ahead and pay out the
Very
prediction.
Very good. Is that a UCAV? Oh my god, we're using UCAVs.
Defenders 1.
Why are we quiet?
Oh, because I'm writing my commands.
Oh, okay. UCAV. It's gonna be fun. Liru, they're stealing your ideas. They're droning. Sue them.
What?
Sue Marlon.
No, he told me in chat that they were adding a drone, which I thought was going to be pretty cool.
Sue him. Do it. Be funny.
Trying to think here. Round 2, where Op 4 is attacking a blue 4 cache, sector, and terminal. Op 4 has a 5% numbers advantage. 2 BTR 80s and transport, while Blue 4 has an LAV 25, an M2 Humvee, a static M2, an M12, no, a static M240, and
good round.
a
Too long.
UCAV Sentinel.
And most of the predictions we made came true.
Yeah, I was gonna go either way. I thought Green 4 would be fine because of the number advantage, but when they overextended and try to hit both AOs at once, that always results in the attackers overextending and getting killed. Like, even if they didn't have that flanking action, Green 4 would have still more than likely taken the sector, but with some attrition, and then they wouldn't have been able to survive the final fight because one squad already committed into a fatal funnel and died with no support, so... Okay. Now we wait and see. Hopefully they'll get slotted soon. I edited out, and I'm probably going to release this after FNF just for funsies on my clip channel. Depso and OFCRA yesterday. First off, the match was about Tesla taking over Poland. Actually, it technically wasn't. It was about them stealing some Neuralink patients back. But there was some pretty funny on-the-nose World War II imagery with the Tesla logo in the spawns, which cracks me up. But Depso spent 22 minutes finagling... Right, sorry, T-Core, not Tesla, my bad. But Depso spent 22 minutes finagling a ZU-23. You know how some mission devs, they'll put a ZU-23 like with a bunch of sandbags and then the HESCO barriers around it, with those tight HESCO barriers for infantry to walk in, but not vehicles?
Oh, no.
He spent 22 minutes, and granted I spent 22 minutes watching him do it, pulling that ZU-23 out of the HESCO barriers. and I got it clipped down. I sent it to him. I put it in the OFCRA media channel. But you know the background song where it's the with the cover of the guy slowly pushing the rock up the hill.
Sisyphus.
I don't remember the name exactly, but I basically added that to basically 22 minutes of sped up footage.
Incredible.
It's pretty bad. But he eventually finagles the damn thing out of it, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. He was command too. So while he's doing it, he's literally like giving commands and whatnot. It sucks though, because the attackers he didn't win. The attackers won. Yeah, me and the birds, I think that rings a bell, so. But, I mean, that's dedication, you know? But at the same time, if the AA gun is situated in a position where you're not supposed to pull it out, maybe you're not supposed to pull it out. But after watching for 22 minutes, we were invested.
Just want to say, it's insane to me. The video you posted of the 1v1 has gotten like is one of your most viewed videos of like the last month.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. And my father commenting on it. Of course.
Oh yeah. Your father's comment was probably my favorite part.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm still debating what I want to post on the main channel other than Arma, and then whatever works on it, I'll keep. Whatever doesn't work over the next few months, I'll just, you know, step aside for another channel, and then just spend a week front logging that into oblivion. Really, right now, like, I guess till the end of the year, it's just going to be a lot of editing. Funny enough, I struggled for years with keeping track of the backlog for more than like a week. And now that I've kind of taken my editor and we've started doing some other stuff for him to edit with Arma content and whatnot, we started actually going through the 300. For context, usually I have 300 VODs on my computer at all times. We're down to 275, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consider the amount of streams I do and the amount of VODs I create every week, it's on average about 15 to 20. That means...
I don't know, man. 300 to me seems quite a lot of VODs.
Yeah, no, it is. But it's just a massive pain to constantly keep up with that, so... Yeah, the VODs, that's the reason they go up so fast is because we try to publish 2 a day, because that helps keep up with everything. But we've had periods, I think over the past few weeks, where I think it's caught up twice. And that's just because some days, like, stuff gets canceled for the day, and then things catch up, so. At normal production, we're usually, like, plus a few by the end of the week, compared to, you know, putting out 14, but then having more, but, again, it balances out. But still, that creates a lot of videos, and then some of them have multiple highlights to put up. I did the math. The clip channel has like 163 clips, and I'm really debating starting to publish a second one every day with that one too, but we'll see. I'd like to get that channel front logged into oblivion and the main channel front logged for a few months to see what works and what doesn't, and then diversify that into a 4th channel and then go from there. But that means everything will be caught up on that front, but again, at the rate we're going, we edit about 25 videos a week, which gives us a net gain of around 8 to 10, which means that number goes from, you know, 300 to 290 to 280 to 270, which means it's going to be at least 27 more weeks based off of where we are right now for us to get through all of that footage, which is a little over half of a year, so we'll see how close we get with everything. But yeah, I know Arma 3, we're going to have 2 more years with it, then Arma 4 will be coming out sometime in, what, 2027? It'll probably take at least a year or two for it to get to a level where I can do more than one thing on it a week. But yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Reforger seems to be going pretty well as a tech demo, so it might be much quicker than you think.
Well, the current rumor right now with Arma 4 is they're going to put it on a brand new engine, which is going to completely negate all of the process that Reforger did. However, Reforger is also... How do I word this? It was a great way for Bohemia to tap into the console market, to the point I have heard from official sources, they also admit they didn't think it would be that successful.
Well, I was literally just talking to my hairdresser the other day, a guy who plays like Forza and stuff like that, console player. And he just he pulled out of nowhere, he's like, oh, you haven't played some Arma Reforger? And I went, really? He's like, yeah, I love
a lot of people do, yeah.
And I'm like,
it's a really great plug and play. And what they've done is basically optimized that experience and made it more console focused to completely tap into a new market. I think the original idea was to potentially have it be a stepping stone for Arma 4 to get the modders like a head start. Like that's what I heard in my circles, but now they're changing it, which is now I'm hearing all this new engine stuff because it gave Bohemia a lot more resources than they thought they would get. So, I mean, it's similar to how they got surprised by DayZ taking off. So, they're just kind of rocking with that.
Unreal 4, maybe?
I don't know. That one, like, this is why I also, when people ask me about Arma 4 news, I tell them, like, I'm not going to know. Like, they're keeping this information very close to the chest. But we'll see.
Yeah, and we are historically great with NDAs.
All right, I'm going to write up my prediction here.
I thought that joke was funny.
And I'll set it for 20 minutes. At the same time, though, I think I'm just going to be basically spending the next 2 years just doing a shit ton of Arma 3. I've got a few ideas for, you know, what to do over these next 2 years, and we'll go from there. Why not?
I mean, it's the same thing as Arma 3. When Arma 3 first originally came out, no one touched it because Arma 2 was the one that was so built up.
Right.
But because Arma 3 had far improved modding tools and mission-making tools, everyone sort of naturally made that switch, which I think, because Arma 3 has been out for so long and Arma 3 is so effective at making the things you want, I do now just kind of think the same thing's going to happen.
The same thing's happening between Arma 3 and Reforger right now. You actually have a lot of people that have moved to that game, and I'm starting to do a few things with it. However, I'm not able to do everything I want with it because they've already come out and said Reforger is not going to have a dedicated mission editor. They don't have plans for it at this time. They're considering it, but again, once you put it in the mindset that that's mainly meant to be a console game, that can be very difficult to do in console. So that's why they haven't considered it, which shows to me they're basically keeping it as a console-focused game, which is also why there's hope for, you know, Arma 4 in the sense that it's not going to have the same features Reforger does, because that's going to be going back to PC focus.
Yeah, well, as I said, it didn't take a couple of years to switch over after tons of mod ports. Well, that's the thing. It wasn't the mod ports. It was they had to physically rebuild the mods for Arma 3 because of how different it was. So I think
even if it was on the same engine, it was still like they completely changed how a lot of the framework for Arma 3 worked.
You will see the same thing upon the switch from Arma 3 to Arma 4. Maybe Reforger might make it slightly easier, but if you are correct in
not if they go on a new engine, which
again
I keep hearing rumors about that, but nothing confirming.
Yeah, if you're correct in your possible rumor of a new engine, we will see the same thing where Arma 3 will stay alive for significantly, well, not maybe significantly, but a long portion beyond the release of Arma 4, as you have the guys from RHS Cup, stuff like that, if they're still, you know, making stuff. I mean, we were discussing it the other day. I'm like, obviously it's a whole resource thing, but with the whole CDLCs, I think CDLCs have been pretty successful and such a good idea that I am surprised they haven't decided to get some of the like ACE guys involved or the RHS guys involved to make something dedicated to the game.
Dream.
Yeah.
That's happened. That's happening. That's already been a thing.
No, I mean like what, in like a DLC context?
Not a DLC content. Some of them got poached for the actual base game.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
but what I mean is, poaching is that it's sort of the same thing. But I would have thought they'd done the same thing because they took the entire unsung team, didn't they? Well, not the entire. I know there was some.
Oh yeah,
I
they
know
all
some
became
difference.
the Sog Prairie Fire team.
Yeah, Sog Prairie
Same
Fire.
with
That's sort of what
IFA,
I mean.
they became the entire Spearhead team. And there's
Yeah.
overlap for sure, but yeah.
But then yeah. But imagine having Ace inbuilt into Arma. I mean, and having it sort of more of a. I mean, I know the choice is already there with the mod on Arma 3. You don't have to activate it, but I think a good thing with like if Ace was integrated, say in like an official capacity, you could then select what Ace things you want to be active. Because I know there's modifications to make it Ace no medical, and just have vanilla medical and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Arma, though. Like, it's infinitely moddable.
Yeah, you're right. People will stay with Reforger. I mean, obviously the console players, if they do go to it and become more PC focused. But some people will stay Reforger, just like some people have stayed with Arma 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's significantly smaller now than what it was. But some people just like Arma 2 more than they like Arma 3.
Yep.
And just how when Arma 4 makes
no,
the
those
switch,
are 20mm
more people will
autocannons.
stay with Arma 3 than move to Arma 4.
Anyway, let's get to the mission at hand here. So, briefing here, mission details. It's 2 kilometers of render distance. 150 fortify points for the defenders, which is blue 4 in this case. Fortify colors green. It's your standard 65-minute match. The hacking time for the terminal is 120 seconds. The sector is 180 seconds, so that's 2 and 3 minutes respectively. Mission rules: don't build on top of buildings taller than the existing building. Only exception is 1 layer of sandbags. Do not control the drone until safe start has ended. Fair enough. No performance tweaks on the logs. Blue 4 is going to be your Marine Woodland kits, so M4s, 320 GLs, Mark 11s for the marksman rifle, M249s for the light machine gunners, AT4s for the light anti-tank, M240s for the medium machine gunners, Carl Gustavs for the medium AT, and then crewmen get the MP7. They have a UCAV drone, which only has its camera. They took all of its weapons away. They've got an M240 high static, and M2 high static as well. Single transport Humvee, a 50 cal Humvee, and then an LAV at 25. Op4, meanwhile, are standard Russian Ratnik kit. So AK-74s with GP25 Grenadier systems, SVDs for the marksman rifle, aka Dream's favorite gun, RPKs for the light machine gunners, RPG-7s with 2 rounds for the light anti-tank gunners, PKPs for the medium machine gunners, RPG-32s for the medium anti-tank weapon, and then PP-2000s for the crew. Op4 have a single gas transport, 2 BTR-80 Alphas with autocannon, and some Kamaz transport trucks that can carry up to 17 people. Otherwise, our objectives here, looking at everything, we have a sector, which is the entire airport terminal of the top right of Viralati. We have an A-10, which is destructible in a hanger that the doors can be closed on. A lot of ways you can take this out, though, with a rocket launcher from range with these open windows here, so that's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to defend. And then we have a radar site on the outside. This is where the terminal is. That is going to be hackable on the outside. Gonna be honest, I think Blue 4 is gonna probably just go for a defense on the airport terminal here, but there's a lot of ways Op 4 can bring forces in. These open fields also allow for a lot of firing lines to be made with those BTR-80 Alphas autocannons. So the single LAV defending, that's gonna be a toughie, but 50 cal can pen the armor of a BTR-80, so maybe we'll see that 50 cal static be useful, or the 50 cal Humvee be useful. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw the 50 cal just get the Humvee in this case just yeet down the MSR and try to track down Op 4 immediately. That would be a pretty good use for it. Very risky to do, often doesn't get rewarded, but when it hits, it hits. So we'll see what happens. As you saw, an announcement that came up while Dream and I were talking, there was a message about pikes. Pikes are 40mm grenades that you can then laser in. I'm looking for that UCAV Sentinel, by the way. I can't seem to find her. Oh, okay, she's already on the runway. But basically, you can put a laser on somebody, fire the pike, and then the pike homes in on the laser. So it's like a little mini missile, if you will. with a 1 mile range.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, the interesting thing here is that if it'll be interesting because this UCAV is going to have a laser
Painter's
design,
destructible,
so it's going to be really cool because there's
But you
another
need a
thing
big
that we didn't mention with the
Pike wouldn't destroy an
is that
A10.
they're not
You would need a
team
rocket.
specific. They won't tie themselves to a team because obviously they're dumbfire to a point of just the laser. So if you have a laser and someone fires a pike, you can sometimes disrupt the pike by it locking onto a different laser. Now, I think this drone is going to be way too fast to have any sort of real effect on the pikes. Unless it gets into a circle, maybe. But then again, it's going to have to be
are you talking about them piking the UCAV? There's no way.
No.
What drone?
Using what the fuck am I saying?
The laser on the drone to range in the pikes?
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they can do that, I will be really impressed. It will be fucking hilarious.
Well, so yeah, if you just put the drone up super high, you can then fix the laser on a target with a key. I forget which one. I think it's T or something, and then it'll lock it in place. As long as the drone is circulating over the top, they could literally have a drone operator coordinating with a pike gunner, and then just laser targets nearby, and then just fire the pike in that direction, and then home it into somebody's face.
Especially if you just fire the pike up, sort of like a mortar, then it can come from top down.
Yep.
And just crush someone's skull from
Yeah.
above.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a javelin, like a 40mm javelin, because the javelin, what it does is it basically takes a picture of what it's engaging and then tells the missile to engage that picture. It's more of like a hellfire, where you lock onto a laser, let the thing out, and then it hones in on that laser target. But yeah, there's various different types of guidance systems, you know, radio, GPS, laser, the javelins. That's why that thing's so fucking expensive. And it's produced by the same company that makes a bunch of calculators, Texas Instrument. I guess we making missile launchers now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I guess we make a missile launchers now.
Texas Instruments, yep. That won't be possible with the view distance and the turning radius, I made sure. So, are you telling me, Malin, that if they put the drone up, like, to 1.5 kilometers, it wouldn't be able to laser targets for the pike?
Oh, boy.
I'm not gonna lie, that boo.
That's
Boo, Wendy
boo.
Testerberger, boo.
Then what the fuck is it? What's the use of it? It's cringe-ass spotting drone. L. Stupid. Dumb. Bad.
I mean, spotting where your opponent is coming from is
No.
pretty important, but...
Cringe. Blow them up. Crush the drone into
You're right,
them.
Dream. You should go and play on Op4 and grab an SVD and prove them all wrong.
What? That doesn't mean anything to me. Why would I do that?
What's my opinion on the new F-47? I haven't seen it yet. I did see a joke about it looking like a penis, but
Why are you looking at penis?
I'm not sure if that's accurate. Let me actually look up what that,
Why are you looking at
Isn't
penis?
that like the next stealth fighter project or something? Nobody has seen it?
The war. I imagine someone in War Thunder community has. They know everything.
It's already been leaked on War Thunder, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyone got any good Scooby-Doo jokes I can leverage against Molly because she's being weird?
Who's making the F-47? Is that a Northrop or a Lockheed project? Or dare I say Raytheon? There's no way in hell it'd be a Raytheon, though. Boeing won the contract.
Oh no.
Out
This
of
is why-
every... How does the... Okay, I mean, I know it's not going to fly now. It's going to be like a Chinese piece of shit. It's just... the bolts are going to fall out, bro.
And then
How
as soon as Liru, stop. Stop, it's fucking Boeing.
Alright, well, it's not going to happen then, so...
Liru, stop. They're gonna send someone after you.
What, if it's Boeing people, they're not even going to be able to get off the fucking runway. They're going to be stuck in Dulles and have to walk over here.
Boeing aren't an air company anymore. They're a fucking assassination company.
You're right. I completely forgot Boeing
Yeah.
does have an assassination company because all the people that were coming out to talk about Boeing kept disappearing. You're totally right.
Jesus Christ, Liru.
Well, that's another op idea. Anyway.
Oh my god, yeah. I was
Actually, we've
literally
already
about
done
to
a
say
Boeing assassination op,
Have you?
haven't we?
No, I don't think you have.
We have done assassination ops before to silence whistleblowers. I don't think
Yeah,
we
but
did a
it wasn't
Boeing specific one.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, why have you never done a Boeing whistleblower op? Because that was like one of the biggest news things.
That is. I need to add that to the list. Lockheed pulled out because they were winning too many contracts. I mean, as someone who has a lot of experience in that sector, I'm actually not surprised by something like that because there is eventually a maximum bandwidth you can have. And I have a point to make, but I don't want to make it because I don't want to dox somebody. But
who would you be doxing?
It is possible for a big government contracting company to be overextended and not want to take on additional contracts. They could even put out a response to a request for proposal and then retract it later after they realize, hold on, we're too overextended, because they don't know what contracts they're going to win in, like, you know, a year's worth of contracts that come out. So they might rescind some offers if they win others, you know?
What was the famous one about the, was it the British sniper rifle?
Yeah, the AWC, where it was 3 guys that submitted it and it won, and then the requisition officer came in and they're like, shit, we need to like make sure we look legit, so they rented out a workshop and then put a bunch of guns in there in various states, and then the requisition officer and the other guy came in and they're like, oh, where is everyone? They're like, oh, they're out for lunch. And they're like, all right, cool, let's go get lunch too. And then they're like sitting down, chatting and eating, and the requisition officer's like, yeah, we're kind of just here as a courtesy. We just want to make sure you weren't like 3 dudes in a garage making stuff. And the other guy's like, no, of course we're not. Why would we? No, you saw the workshop and everything. No, we're good. But yeah, no, that company literally grew. It was like the Accuracy International or something, like the AI. It was that gun. Yeah, and then they built their company off of that contract.
Government contracts are really funny because you can just be like 3 dudes who understand how to make something, and then government's like, yeah, this is really good, please make more of these, and it's like, damn.
Yeah. Northrop pulled out. Yeah. Yeah. I know they pulled out of that contract. But yeah. Navy and AF chose the same acronym. It happens. But yeah, I've come to learn from studying history that if we really wanted to fund futuristic, powerful technology, we do when we get scared about things. Just look at the F-16 and the F-14. The Soviet paper tiger that existed at that state, and then America freaked out and made something to beat what it was on paper, and yeah, even if it was what it was on paper, it would have annihilated the damn thing. Yeah, F-15 as well. But yeah, just for reference, my father is... How do I word this? He does a lot of government contracting. He's worked for a lot of major names, and now he kind of works for himself. And companies will literally hire him out of the ass to basically unfuck situations that involve the whole request for proposal process. So when I was bored for one summer, he basically pulled me aside from what I was doing and made me work for him for a few months to organize the dozens of the RFPs he would be making for these companies. So fun stuff. But yeah, what I've learned is it's a massive, tedious process, so...
Well, we're already seeing the first unit split. One force going off northwest, another one going direct.
Oh, wait.
What?
Ah, Fancy got away from it literally at the last second. He almost got run over by the UCAV drone.
That was really funny.
That's why I lined it up. I'm like, bro. Maybe.
Katz is quite possibly sitting in the worst possible place ever.
Where's he sitting? Oh, right on top of the... That's gonna get RPG'd, bro.
Look what they put on. Look what they put on the containers.
Didn't
Just outside of where Cats is. Look at the containers.
Fair enough.
Well and truly dead.
But yeah, I know this is just gonna get RPG'd from the window. Didn't the JFK files come out though?
Yeah, but I think the consensus is that they went, yeah, maybe it was the CIA, and didn't really say anything because I think the other consensus was that the CIA had pretty much burnt everything with a direct line.
Oh, they would have burnt that, like, if they were involved, they would have burnt that, like, decades
Yeah,
ago, to
that's
be
what I'm
perfectly
saying.
honest.
Because people were like, release them, we need to find out if they did anything with it. It's like, you're not going to find out anything more than, like, because they've been teasing releasing those files for, like, how long now?
Yeah, decades.
So, like,
Well, no, years, but, like, people have wanted them for decades. Hold up, shots.
there's no way the shots are ready. No one's near each other.
Oh, it was Fetty shooting at the UCAV drone.
They're flying that. Yeah, they're flying that drone way too low. That might have already been hit. I can't tell if that's the normal smoke. No, I think that's a damage smoke trap. I can't tell.
But yeah, like, any files you want to go and see, they've already been scrubbed clean. That's...
Yeah.
They literally have people in their departments that are dedicated to doing shit like that. That's why whenever, like, a war happens between two countries and they have embassies in each other's countries, you'll see smoke coming from that chimney because they're burning everything, like, day one before the embassy gets seized, so...
Yeah, so people who are, like, sitting there going, oh my god, we're finally going to find out. No, you're never going to find out.
No.
Unless, like, the guy... I mean, yeah, the thing is, you'll never find out. We'll never find out because everything relating to it has been completely scrubbed.
Yep.
These files, yeah, sure, they'll reveal some things that maybe go, but no.
All right, I'm already calling it. Blue 4's lost.
Yeah, do you see? I was going to literally mention this.
Way
Look how
too many
fucking
people
far they
outside of
spread
the AO and OP4.
Like, this
Even
is actually
even if
insane
the
to
blue
me.
4 elements catch the OP4 elements, they're completely spread out. They're just going to get defeated in detail, and OP4 is just going to hit through everything and then get to the final AO. The only thing that would save blue 4 if there's a random mass cas created by one element somewhere onto OP4 themselves. So it's...
Look at the drone.
This is over.
Well, what is it? Like, what's the drone doing?
I mean,
I
it was
think
circling the
Pat's-
main OP4 position. Now I don't see it
Is
anywhere.
Marlon still in your chat? Marlon, who's the UCAV operator? Is it Cats?
It's probably Cats, because if we
Yeah.
select him and we go into third
He's
person,
doing
we can
his,
then see the drone come up on the map, which means he's directly controlling it at the moment. So he does see where the main OP4 force is coming from, but we do have a flanking OP4 force of, wow, like 17 dudes that just came out of a truck, and they're going to start probably hitting the radar site from the north, and that's going to throw blue 4 into complete disarray. It's not a kamikaze drone. It's meant to be a scouting drone, as well as...
It can be.
Yeah, right, you got one missile left, but it also does have a bay door that I think has either 2 or 4 GPUs that can be stored inside of it, but it's also a stealth drone, so...
Oh, here comes Mike team. So I imagine Cats is reporting to those guys they already spot the BTR-80 Alphas, and the BTR-80 Alphas would be a huge loss for Red 4 here.
Iander is
But-
the AT gunner, though, so I'm expecting
got-
greatness here.
To hope Red 4 have noticed the drone above them and have gone...
They have, that's what those shots were in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Well, but that's the issue. They should have scrambled these BTR-80 Alphas long ago.
Alright, one of the 80 Alphas is pulling up. The other one's a little static further to the north, but Iander might be able to catch the tail one here. One of them
never
is
gonna hit it,
shooting
though.
up at the drone, though, so that's going to give him away, and now Iander's going to hone in on it.
Yeah, but
There are trees in the way, though.
First things first, they are not leading their shots at all.
So yeah, that was the one that was entrenched in tree line, so Iander might try to hone in on that piece.
Yeah, Equal is aiming at the drone rather than in front of the drone. Here comes Alpha in their 50, driving directly down the road, is going to see the line of Red 4 vehicles, and is going to get absolutely annihilated if they go anywhere near the... I mean, then again, they're
Not
all
necessarily,
looking
again,
at it,
80 Alpha, that 50 cal can pen, so it's just going to be a matter of who's going to see who first, but I'm going to be honest, the gunner in the 50 cal has a much bigger angle to see shit. We do have a BTR off to his left and right, though. The question is, what is he going to see, and what is he going to engage? I think he spotted the BTR on the left. And he's not really a fan of this play here. Because they're just going to blindly drive as they randomly shoot at a BTR. It would be better to instead try to get behind it. Now the other BTR spotted them and is shooting, but it wasn't shooting the auto cannon, it was shooting the machine gun. And now it's driving right into more Op 4 elements. And, alright, it spotted the Gaz there, knocked Zixme out. He's driving right up to Depso. Depso's gonna hit him. Yep, there it is.
They're not dead.
They're not, no.
They're still alive. They need to bail.
They're
probably down now. Oh, there you go. Ooh, Colin almost got those shots on target.
Peasant's now out and flaming, and he's firing as best he can here.
Hero.
Wow. And Peasant goes uncon right into Depso's bullets.
That was the most insanely stupidest, smartest play I've seen in my life. But what this has done is pulled the BTR-80 Alpha directly out into the road.
Look at Op 4 and how spread out they are, though, with that southern group now. Now they're at risk of being defeated in detail because of how spaced out they are. That northern group, though, is what I'm worried about because Blue 4 doesn't even have the amount of defenders to hold against that force. So
well, the issue
this might all be a moot point.
80 Alpha has now moved directly onto the road where it thinks it's safe.
Silver
Again,
Legion with the fish.
Using I get it. We're here. We have the eyes to look. The first thing you should be doing as a vehicle crew or even as a command, seeing that drone, is like, get them out, get the vehicles out of there, get the vehicles constantly in cover, because the first person this drone operator is going to put voice to is their mic team.
BTR is now suppressing where that position is, not realizing that friendlies have already taken care of it. I'm going to be honest, it's a bit harder to manage something like that. Yeah, look, we have the ability to see everything, you know, through this interface, but as a commander juggling, especially if you look at how stretched out Op 4 is right now, I think a drone is the least of their concerns. But now I got Bravo engaging positions of Op 4 Foxtrot in two separate areas here. Grozowski already took shots.
Foxtrot lost anyone? Yeah, Foxtrot are just 3-man. They've been completely left alone by the rest of their squad.
Yeah, they pushed out way too far, and now those Blue 4 elements that I thought were going to get defeated in detail by Op 4's main force are now going to be able to basically encircle this element, take them out. We got Blue 4 Delta off to the side too. They'll probably come around and try to plug the gap. So if Foxtrot doesn't immediately try to disengage here, they're gonna die.
Well, this makes no sense. Why are you just sitting here?
Again, I think what we're gonna end up seeing is Foxtrot might be able to get a guy away. They're gonna move over to Delta. Delta's for Op 4 is coming up to assist, whereas Blue 4 Delta's coming to plug a gap. You're gonna see a lot of Blue 4 elements to the south get further and further drawn out of the AO, and then this northern fight's gonna be what actually determines it. It is in Op 4's favor though, because there's so much Blue 4 outside of the AO at the moment.
Where is Red 4's mic team? Red 4's mic team are all the way down the south with their other vehicles. I think what they're trying to do is encourage the vehicles to get into a vehicle fight so Mike can have a fight there. But as you see, Blue 4 Mike are now directly moving down the road, but they're going to get spotted by Command HQ. Surely.
Yeah, really, really weird calls. And again, none of this is going to actually result in anything for the objectives themselves, because that fight's going to be on the north. I'm kind of stalling till then. Mike luckily drives off of the MSR right before Command spots them.
But that's the thing.
Bit
they
of luck.
heard them, but Vagrant doesn't care. Hassel was the actually one to look around.
The drone's also super loud though, so that could be drowning out local vehicle noise as well if the drone flies right over that position.
Go down to them, they can't hear the drone at all.
No, I did when the drone was passing over directly, so now if you go under Command...
Oh, no, when I was next to Command, when Mike drove by, they had clear, full, ears on the Humvee. So...
Okay.
In action here...
They didn't look though, but now we've got Blue 4 dismounted. They're looking around, trying to find the BTRs. One of them is close by a building, trying to sight out the drone. If they fire, that's going to allow Blue 4 to hone in on that spot. But they're also now looking around in various directions. There's the shooting. Blue 4 immediately turns around, and they might find an angle. Looking low, there are angles to that BTR. They just have to find them.
See it. I think Yanni's about to hit it. Get that angle.
He's looking
Yeah.
around. If he looks right past the trees, he'll be able to see it.
Yeah, he's surely.
He just doesn't. He doesn't notice it.
Has he not spotted this? Oh yeah, surely.
Come on from here, dude. You hear the shots. He keeps putting the little trees in the way.
Yeah, he sees
I think he sees it now. Yep.
Yeah, he sees it.
He just called it.
Now, time to go get my cinematic shot.
All right, let's do the measurements here. This is going to be about a 195-meter shot, just ranged up to 200 for Iander. This is a piece of cake. And the BTR is toast.
And that's what inaction gets you, everyone. Inaction with a drone in the sky gets you losing one of your vehicles and quite possibly the second one.
I honestly think, though, this is OpFor's plan, though. They're trying to draw out a shit ton of blue for so they can hit the objectives themselves with this large assault team, and it's going to work.
It is, but are they going to be swift and aggressive enough to, what, terminal, destroy sector?
I think there's a possibility because based off of the battle line OpFor's making, if the northern part of the battle line... No, there's no way that would work, though, because the only way to get on the route, though, is that southern part of the battle line would go in, and the northern one sets up Overwatch, which is going to create a bit of a break here, because that means once that area is secured, that northern battle line needs to then immediately run to the south.
I have noticed Delta are now actually down to a two-man. Yep, because Ian and Emma went down, and now they're getting encircled by Delta, and Bravo are peppering up shots over. So this front force on the southern side has been completely taken out. And the other thing you have to think about is this LAV Golf, this LAV-25 Golf 1 on the northeastern side. As soon as this Bravo and Charlie Red Force squad start firing, that LAV turns its attention and immediately across and set up a firing line and decimate everyone over there. Red Force don't have their mic team in good position. LAV is actually firing out Delta at the moment. He's actually managed to spot them. They don't have any of their AT Alphas. Actually, saying the AT Alphas are now making it push towards the airfield.
This OpFor attack, though, they're going prone, though, so they definitely are banking on getting the element of surprise here.
AT Alpha is just kind of
charging the runway without support. Maybe it's
gonna take off.
Gonna come in as QRF. I'm trying.
No, it's gonna take off. How?
I'm trying to figure out what it's doing here.
Stupid things.
Apparently, OpFor is super anti on comms, according to Malin.
What do you mean? So what? They're just not comming at all?
You got McBain out here. I think he's trying to plant explosives on some of the trees as the explosive specialist. Battery's taking a piss. And OpFor's about to reach out from the tree and grab his dick. I don't know.
What the hell?
Look at the north. Look at McBain and look at the OpFor force coming up. And McBain's just kind of like here.
Wait, look at the Lav. Lav's pulled out and is.
McBain somehow. McBain watches OpFor come in, and he's just staying here. He throws a grenade over by Harrington. No fucking way.
What happened?
McBain grenaded Harrington. He doesn't even have his gun out. He's just sitting here.
More obviously, no.
Harrington wakes back up though. Throws another short-range grenade that's going to roll behind Gates. I kind of love McBain's strategy right now, though. He's not firing his gun because he knows that'll give him away because he just had an entire battle line go around him. Meanwhile, looking down the BTR-80 Alpha, the other one got knocked out, and it just cooked off.
Yeah,
so there goes all of OpFor's vehicle support.
Yeah, Lav pulled down, spotted it. BTR-80 Alpha's gone. No more vehicle support. Why Golf 2 decided to rush the runway?
McBain is throwing charges.
Oh no. Oh, that might actually get. No. Okay,
no, people fell back in time, but yeah, no, people freaked out on that.
Oh.
And Harrington just ran up and blew up the base.
Didn't? Oh, that's the terminal one.
Yeah, that's the terminal site.
He doesn't Runs around the wrong way.
So McBain should have 3 other charges unless he's used a few, but...
No, I doubt he would have used. Probably stockpiling for the moment.
Harrington trying to kill Sam here. Can't seem to get shots through the bottom of the grate, though. A GL goes off, though. Sam's just casually bandaging up here.
McBain gonna go for a shot on Jaeger. Very, very nice shot on Jaeger there. And he did it in... Okay, now he's doing... Did he get more? So what McBain is doing really well here, he's got 2 kills, is he is masking his gunfire with that of the others, which 5 quieter than whatever.
Harrington just fidgeted a satchel charge. And kills himself with the satchel. Amazing. I love how the satchel goes through the entire crate lengthwise, but on a small little Hesco, it doesn't stop that for Vince. I don't know.
Has the power to decimate these
yeah, he's on 3 kills right now. He's gonna find more people. I think Gates is gonna be his next victim at this rate.
Gates realized that there's just a random dead guy here, not really thinking about the fact that this could have come from behind as he shoots. Now this is where he's kind of failing. He's now firing with less gunfire around him.
Yep. But I'd be a little pissed if I was Harrington, because there's no way that should have killed him. But
best thing McBain can do here now is pick up an enemy weapon. It makes it even more effective.
We have a bunch of Blue 4 now starting to head north now instead. So I don't know. I think Op 4 lost a big chunk of their forces here. They might not be able to carry things through, but we'll see.
No, McBain decides to go for the pushing rather than going for the...
Yeah, Curie's also with him now too. But Curie gets spotted. Vince is running around the compound. And Vince gets taken out.
They haven't touched off the terminal, which again is just,
yeah. I don't know why the terminal wasn't touched. Harrington should have touched that immediately when he was there, but he didn't.
It's literally just go for the... Oh, that's a nade and a half. Right.
Sam finally gets blown up by an RPG by Cheeseburger.
The one thing you do is immediately go to the objective. What you're doing now is you're going to wait for a perfect amount of time to just get...
Yeah, to run back, and all of the advantages that Op 4 had with this surprise attack are going to disappear, and it sucks because if they were quick, that terminal would only have about 30 seconds remaining on it, and then the rest of Op 4 could be like moving into this final objective and capturing the sector and getting something on that A10.
Gets taken out
but they're slowing down.
Lolo with a really nice shot there.
Now the drone's starting to come overhead to try to spot the damage. I don't think sides have realized that, you know, everything's clear in this compound yet, because I just saw a grenade go over Francis' head that was thrown by friendlies. A little bit of shots just wet, but yeah.
Doesn't kill anyone.
Yeah, the drone is purely a distraction, though. I just saw the 240 try to engage it, but yeah, so we have a few Blue 4 guys on the outside now looking inward.
Neither of these 2 guys touching off the objective. This, look, because
McBain just got a beautiful single shot headshot on an Op 4 player that stood still.
Look, this is, the idea is here is France, there we go, Cheeseburger finally realizes France and Cheeseburger are going on the direction.
Finally.
The other guy will get it. I don't have to ask him to.
Yeah, no, if no one's going to do it, then just run up and do it at that point. People, I actually see this a lot in Arma. People lack initiative sometimes.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, but the idea between those 2, I can imagine, was that, oh, I don't have to do this.
Was that kill 5 for McBain?
The other guy next to me will do it, but then the other guy next to you has the exact same idea. So you
Kermit finally spots McBain as he tries to pull back, gets the kill, ending McBain's 5-kill streak.
Doesn't matter. McBain's already torn their lines to shreds.
Yeah.
What, 17
LAV is also coming to the north. I think this is it. This is just going to turn into a super extended game.
So, you said 17 guys got out of this originally.
Yeah.
It is now 8 players left.
Yep.
9 have died in this push. And 5 of them died to McBain.
McBain.
My team have just moved directly back into objective because that AT Alpha has to come to them. They hear this LAV coming up. LAV is...
Cheeseburger does have a second RPG remaining. He used his first on Sam, so he could disable the LAV, but that's going to be a very risky shot.
Has he got the scope on it? He's got the scope. As he starts getting fired at, lights one off.
I think it went just short of the LAV.
Wow. That was an impressive shot for being under fire, to be fair. But that must be his...
I don't see the impact crater. I don't see a wheel destroyed. It's making the LAV panic, though, but I think it was minimal damage.
Soga has an 84 for the corpse. Blue 4 that moved in probably way too late though.
Yeah, so now we got Blue 4 reinforcements by the sector. I think this is GG. The only way I could see Op4 winning this one is...
They need to get out there.
if they out-attrition Blue 4, which could still happen. You still have a lot of Op4 in various angles here, but... yeah, it's going to be down to the wire at this rate, and some Op4 just died.
This could end up killing them. The crane fell.
Yeah, and it didn't squish anyone, thankfully, but...
yeah, but look at Second and Elzar and look at all the blood around him.
Yeah, no, it still did damage to some people, so... I don't know. We do have Echo and Command on Op4 about to get behind this Blue 4 line back here. Do they have AT? They do have an AT gunner, that's Banks.
The best idea here for Redfall would have been to tag that thing and move that terminal and just run directly into the forest.
Yeah, they should have immediately gone, but it's fine. Maybe this was meant to be something super convoluted of Blue 4 are rushed back and forth, where first they go south, and then they go all the way north, and then they go south. Like, as long as Op4 still wins and it's effective, but it's just a lot of running around, you know?
Yeah.
I could see this Op4 group clapping this Blue 4 element here. We start to see that ambush go off. Banks immediately gets knocked out, though, by Whiplash.
Was Banks the one with the AT?
Yep. Or maybe Swole accidentally shot him, because I don't see Blue 4 turning around yet. All right, Banks wakes back up. He needs to go hone in on that vehicle. I think Swole accidentally shot him because it looks like Swole was bandaging him. But that's now given the Op4 element away, and some Blue 4 starting to turn around and look.
Mm-hmm. LFA's coming around now. They're still trying to shoot this drone down. It's useless now. It's done its job.
Yep. But there's no more BTR-80 alphas to hit, so it's just going to be there.
Chris, I think, got the first few shots causing Emma to panic, but Emma managed to hone in pretty well.
Yeah. Now we got some flanking shots from other Op4 players, though. Chris gets the kill on Ember. Dobbs trying to get Chris. Can't seem to line up the shot.
LAV just firing at the Humvee. No, the...
Gaz.
But there was... no, I don't think so.
Banks isn't honing in on it. He's still doing some medical. Chris taking fire from Fancy and Dobbs. He's pulling back. LAV is going to be on the rear of this Op4 infantry now. That, if Banks turns around, he's still managing, medicing, though. Swola got killed off next to him, though.
Yeah. Swallow got a beautiful headshot, I think, by Webb or Nem. Yeah, must have been Webb. And Bravo lead is puppering shots onto his own dudes. And it's Fonz, of course it's Fonz. Here comes the... oh no. Oh yeah, no, the other AT went down, didn't I?
So there's a few ways this can go. I don't think Op4 is going to have the infantry to actually take these areas here, though Blue 4 has a lot of the infantry outside of the sector, so maybe, but Mike still has a good chunk of units inside. Op4 could mop up the remaining Blue 4, take a few casualties, and then come around the airfield and follow their Op4 Bravo in. That could then tip the scale. We also do have a few Op4 players to the south following Blue 4 Delta in the AO. I think the numbers are slightly in Op4's favor right now, but that can change on a paradigm. Also, if Op4 decides to charge over the open airstrip, then it's GG too.
I think the idea here is that Op4 have to be extremely quick and aggressive on this attack, take out that jet immediately, and then push in and try to get as much cover as they can.
In the sector, yeah.
In the sector, and just hope that the other guys can keep Blue 4's heads down for as long as possible. But they need to just be as aggressive as possible.
Another thing, though, Blue 4 only has 5 dudes in the sector, and Op 4 is attacking with 7 or 8 man force. So in theory, they could put 6 people in the sector and start counting it down. That gives Blue 4 3 minutes to run in a bunch of dudes, which they would eventually do, but it looks like Op4 Cheeseburger now firing at some of this Blue 4 element here. Let's see how many actually fold in.
Did Cheeseburger open fire? That is...
Cheeseburger open fired on Op4 elements. Now you got some Blue 4 starting to run north. Kiri doesn't even have his weapon out, so I think he's a bit confused.
Kaz just got a keyhole on, I think it was Remit.
Louis next to the raid, buddy.
This is the issue. This Red 4 team are now so staggered that they aren't working together because one of them fired without actually thinking to alert the other guys, which now has alerted everyone else around.
LAV might have just taken an RPG or got absorbed by the tree. It looks undamaged. I think the tree ate it.
If I'm not wrong, they only have 1 stick.
Op4 have 2 RPG warheads. Satchel just went off on the Hainer. It did not take the Hainer out, though.
Well, no. Oh, okay, they do have sticks, but if they don't get these charges on, which I think Wombat's actually dead now. No, Wombat managed to escape. Wombat's the one with the charges. They have nothing to blow up this Vic with.
Yeah, but the Vic's not going to know that. They're still going to play ultra defensive.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the jet. I'm talking about this Northwestern force.
Well, we just saw an explosive specialist throw a satchel in there. He got that one, and it's dead. It's dead.
Yep. And Katz is dead.
Yep, Katz gets his head blown off, and now we just need to see Op4 enter the sector. But now Blue 4 have entered the sector as well, so they're going to have that number advantage. If Blue 4 pile everybody into the sector, they've got some good covered positions and buildings to work with. I think that's GG. Alright, Valve just got back to me on something, so that's going to be ready for Wednesday. Oh, there's so much to do.
This drone is now just just flowing.
Yeah, probably left on autopilot at that point.
Yeah. Just
I'm alright, Lewis. How you doing?
Somehow their split forces worked. Because the issue is,
because Op4 didn't maneuver quick enough. Op4 would have won if they maneuvered quicker, but they got hunkered down.
The drone scared them. And then they waited for their Northern Force to start attacking, but the Northern Force was way too slow. And upon finally getting the attack, with Southern Force, it already takes so much damage that they couldn't move in together.
Also, we cannot discount, I think I just saw an Op4 guy die on the stairwell trying to climb, but I don't want to discount McBain's actions. Taking out 5 of those elements definitely helped slow Op4 down because they weren't expecting to take that many casualties, especially on the start of their offensive.
Check your foot, kids. Wait, that sounds weird.
I think I just saw AT4 come into an alleyway, but I think it just hit the corner before it went in, so.
Kyle. I just got a really nice shot on, I think, Kerry there. Kerry was sort of posting himself out of the tree line, but...
And you can just have all the Op4 in the outskirts here. They're not going to do much. That Delta team to the south could potentially ambush some Blue 4 elements, but we got Blue 4 looking in that direction, so they'll probably get intercepted. Op4's main assault now down to 2 people in the sector with Kyle on the outside. No, I'm sorry, 3. Didn't notice that third triangle, but not going to discount Kyle either. He's got 2 kills. And he's in a pretty decent marksman spot, so if he watches Blue 4 hunker down, he could get some easy headshots.
And Crazy gets a really nice, gets taken out there by, I think it was Segond, got another kill.
Looks like my buddy NT is going to be joining for DayZ tonight. Dream, I got a buddy of mine playing DayZ tonight, so I'll be shadowing him. But he doesn't like DayZ, but he also doesn't know what I do with DayZ, so that'll be interesting. What happened with Pay for Pain
no,
yesterday?
poor guy.
It had to be postponed. Server was broken. So we'll see it next week.
I also hate Daisy. Oh, Lav gets hit. I think I said I only like Daisy when I have a helicopter. Yeah, Lav got hit, but Lav is...
Yeah, disabled. Might still cook off in a few moments, but...
Gun disabled, I think.
Decent.
Good shot from over that dude, almost.
No. Oh, no, you're... Yeah. Be very quote-unquote
Neves
nice
is now
tonight. Exactly,
deciding
Penguin.
to push forward. Gets another one. Neves has got 2 now. Pops an 8 to be sure.
Oh, and what would that be
Neves
now?
on 3. And this Western Force, Northwestern Force is about...
Wombat gets Spawns knocked out. A few double tapping shots as well, but he is still uncon. And then you got Neves pushing his position. Raptor War 2,
Neves
exactly.
Really nice shots here. Got his 3rd kill and he's going to go for his 4th now. The idea now is Blue 4 just need to consolidate everyone, pull everyone into the... I mean, actually, having guys up in the tree line is pretty good.
It might be inheriting 556 damage because that base compact. Interesting.
Looking at blood, I doubt we'll be waking up anytime soon.
Because what does 762 by 54 normally do with Ace Compact?
They are still shooting the drone.
We have a fix. Oh no. Is that that image? I'll tell her to try and watch then tonight if she has time. That's fair, Mal. I think Blue 4 pulled the LAV back. They're doing some field repairs on it. I just don't know how much AT they have. Meanwhile, Op 4's 3-man Delta group is now a 2-man, and the 2 Blue 4 guys are watching them. So those guys are going to get intercepted and take it out. Kyle now coming onto the hill here. Fawn still hasn't woken back up. Maybe Kyle can get some more kills here. We'll see.
Op 4 decided it was a good idea to fire one of their remaining rockets into where Yanni is now, but didn't get anyone.
Yep.
Wasting another rocket. So if they are able to get this LAV back up and running, it is not looking good for Blue 4. Kyle moves on to Fonz's corpse.
Honestly, it's good luck to Kyle at this point.
It's a little too early for that call. The caster cursing call that you like to make. Yavi, I think, managed to spot the 2 random Red 4 guys coming in. Yeah, he did. As he takes out one of them and takes the 2nd.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. They got spotted early. There was 3 Op 4 guys that got whittled down to 2, and then they threw smoke and just waited for him at that point, so...
Really nice shots there from Yavi. I think Finn move over to... Well, Finn's actually on 3 kills at the moment.
They're still shooting at that damn drone.
Still shooting with the drone. Obviously, they don't know the guys who's controlling it dead, but like...
15-minute call will be in 45 seconds. Damn, just the fighting on this one got very disjointed. I think Wombat hears Neves' footsteps above him because he kept looking up, but he's going to give up on that. Neves now looking down. Yeah, it should be Razor, but it sometimes, you know, it doesn't code that way.
They're just shooting for the sake of shooting now.
Yeah, because they're on the 240 and they're just... Oh, no, he's doing that with a...
It's a waste. Like, I get it. You're worried about the drone, but the drone is the least of your worries now.
Yep.
But even so, where are they shooting now?
Wherever.
They're just firing through the trees blindly.
Kyle just got spotted. He's running for it. And he gets annihilated. He was kind of my last hope for Op 4, but I mean, they are starting to bring infantry down, but we'll see if they do anything.
Didn't see any pikes used. Well, that were obviously used. Wombat actually... Oh, yeah, Wombat took out the plane, didn't it? I was like, why has Wombat got a plane kill? Because of the charge.
Yep, for destroying the A-10 objective. Anyway, in about an hour and a half, we will be back with Daisy, and I'll have NT set up with me.
It's funny, Red 4 are attacking in the exact same way the other Red 4 force did before. Come through the same tree line.
A lot more separated now, though, but, I mean, Blue 4 doesn't have...
The ironic...
Oh, now the LAV's on it. Oh, the LAV's blue on bluing!
Oh, dear.
Doesn't get any kills, though.
The ironic and...
Rana puts AT. That sounds like an AT4 going in. Gun has to be disabled again. Probably won't cook off, though, because the LAV just... It's tanky.
Yeah, this thing has taken way too many... maybe...
I think every other rocket missed, and that's only the second rocket that's hit.
Still, but with the BTR radio alphas going...
Wombat gets caught by Neves, but isn't taken out. Wombat gets some retaliatory fire out.
But then again, I guess they did have 2 AT alphas and only had 1 LAV, so... The ironic thing about this is the Southern Force went all the way up the tree line to come attack from the northwest.
Yep. It's fine. Krana now coming onto this area here with an SVD. I think spotted Jabby here. Also ends up spotting Flying Finn. And gets the knockout and then immediate headshot on Finn. Bursty now shooting up. Gets a headshot on Harana, but Harana tanks it with the helmet.
Not there.
Bursty runs into cover.
Go Harana. They opted to abandon the LAV now, which, fair enough.
Yep, doing some quick medical here. Probably can't be repaired again.
Oh, by the way, Marlon told me last week that, I don't know if you were there for this, vehicles can now cap. Like,
yes. Jabby gets spotted, knocked out, and killed by Harana, so that's 2 more kills for a marksman. But it is, what, 3 to...
Yeah, Red 4, this force in
It's
the
3 to 11.
Yeah, this force in the northwestern forest had like 6 dudes. It is now down to 2.
Yeah,
so...
I think this AO was good. It was just OP4. They had a strategy, but they didn't commit to it, and that's why this fell apart, because otherwise they would have won. But they just got bogged down and defeated in detail.
That's the ironic thing, the fact that they all eventually came around to attack from the northwest.
Yep. Rana gets spotted in the tree and taken out by Bursty.
Oof.
Now just up to Grav and Ash.
This Ash throws a
Did...
grenade at... Yeah, he did. That couldn't have felt good for Grav. Is that another one?
You just saw the fair 1v1 video. It was hilarious, but fair? Yes, absolutely. It was 100% fair, and we should do another one sometime soon. Right, Dream? I know you're itching for a rematch. You want that top Arma crown again, right?
Yeah, it's 100% that I'm itching for the rematch.
Yeah.
Not the certain thing that you get out of it.
I mean, I love facilitating fair and honest PvP. I don't know what you're talking about or implying, but, you know, I kind of resent that, buddy. A little bit more blue on blue. Don is firing at Bursty and Murphy as they're coming into the AO.
Ash nades in.
Don still shooting. Bursty getting knocked out. He knows it's friendly, so he doesn't want to shoot.
He should shoot. And more friendly fire.
And Kirlos is shooting at Settler and Neves now. And Grav is randomly throwing grenades in the direction Ash ran. Like, there's so much. I think Dream is itching for that Queen of Arma 3 title. Nah, so when we do it again, I'm going to definitely promote it on some other streams. But we'll get there when we get there. I got to get into a position to be able to do that. 10 minutes remaining. Grav gets headshotted by Settler. Nope, that was Neves. Dawn gets a friendly kill on Bursty. And Dawn's getting some double tap shots. All right, can Ash die already? Anyway. Oh, Ash is on -1. Huh. It's okay, Ash. I believe in you. I can't even do that right. All right. I didn't properly caster curse him, yes. Which means Ash is totally going to win this operation, right? I believe in him. Settler can't even find the door. Oh, someone left a stain on the wall. No, ew. Oh, no. Ugh. Yes, more blue on blue, even though it's not going to do anything. Oh, shit. That was... No, wait, they got another kill.
Who did?
Kirlios killed another blue 4 guy on the southeastern side of the zone. What happens in the ATC tower stays in the ATC, yep. Maybe Dawn and Kirlios are trying to help Ash, you know, even it out, because maybe, you know, like the 9-to-1 player advantage here, it's just too much. I think Settler's about to finish up, though.
Nope. Decides to close the door like a...
Ash is like, bro, that door wasn't closed a second ago. Either way, blue 4 victory. We'll be back in like an hour 15 for DayZ. I just got to get everything set with NT, and we also have some new menu items, as Razor said, so feel free to use those against me. Haha. Settler, you gotta hit him. Settler, you have to hit him with your bullets. And Ash didn't. It must have been the wind. Must have been the wind. Right, Razor, he's talking about RHS's SVD, though, for 762x54, with Ace's compatibility files.
Oh my Jesus Christ. How is he still alive? He is shell-shocked right now.
There's no blood on the ground.
He's shell-shocked, though.
Are you telling me he took all of that fire in a rocket and received no damage?
And Neves is now friendly firing Yanni and Cullis.
What?
I think it hit the bottom of the wall. As he was on the other side.
Oh, he has a leg bruise. Pardon me. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Now there's more blue on blue. And then there's AT going into I can't. I can't.
Times the one.
It's always when the player base gets bored and they just start shooting at each other because they're like, where's the enemy? It could be you. It could even be me. And then, of course, that guy gets shot, but... Wow, there's 3 dead Op 4 bodies right here. In the building. What scares me is Ash is going to slowly walk up here and then hopefully someone to the south notices and plinks him. Big emphasis on the hopefully part. Nope, Ash is gunning for it. Kirlos is, he climbed down. He turns around at the best possible moment. Will he catch Ash? He does not, and immediately gets headshotted. And Ash is now at a neutral kill count. Yeah, and Ash knows better not to run up there. Settler now coming up the stairs. Worst time to reload, Ash. Worst time to reload. Oh my god. Settler double tap.
There we go.
GG. All right, we'll be back in an hour. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one. Bye, Dream.
Moin.
Moin.